If you've ever ordered a Framework laptop, cybercriminals now have your personal information. Framework, the company known for building modular, upgradable laptops that tech enthusiasts love, just announced that customer data was accessed during a security breach. Here's what makes this sting. Framework's brand is built on trust. They became a cult favorite, offering something radical, a laptop you actually own, not a lockdown device that Apple or Dell controls for you. But ownership requires data. Framework needs your name, email, shipping address, and payment information. All of it is now potentially in criminal hands. The breach wasn't some Hollywood-style hack. Someone gained unauthorized access to Framework's customer database through a software vulnerability, a phished credential, or another technique. What matters is the timeline. By the time any company detects a breach like this, the damage is already done. The data's already copied. Detection stops future theft, but it can't recover what's already gone. Right now, Framework customers are in the most dangerous window. Their information exists both on their personal devices and potentially on some attacker's server overseas. In this window, the real problem isn't the breach itself, it's what comes next. The phishing emails using your stolen address, the identity theft, the cascading damage that spreads through every company you've trusted with data. Framework is no underground startup. They've raised over $100 million and become the poster child of the repair-your-own-tech movement. Their pitch: buy a laptop you can actually own, swap ports, upgrade RAM, replace the battery yourself. It's radical in an industry where Apple voids your warranty if you open the case. That success has scaled them fast. They're shipping thousands of laptops monthly across North America and Europe. With scale comes responsibility and a bigger target on their back. Attackers know that loyal customers mean data with real value. A Framework customer is probably technically sophisticated and privacy-conscious. They're premium targets, but this breach stings worse than a typical hack. Framework built its reputation on trust, on being different, on respecting customers' privacy and ownership. Every YouTube unboxing, every Reddit thread, they're all built on the assumption that Framework is trustworthy. A data breach directly undermines that story, especially because Framework's customers are security-conscious people, software developers, researchers, privacy advocates. They bought Framework specifically because they wanted to control their own hardware. They already don't trust big tech. Framework was supposed to be different. Now they are finding out Framework has the same security problems as everyone else. And for this community, that realization might be more damaging than the breach itself. Someone gained unauthorized access to Framework's customer database, likely through a software vulnerability, a phished employee credential, or a third-party integration flaw. We don't know yet because Framework hasn't released full technical details. What we do know, attackers find these vulnerabilities the same way. They scan the internet looking for unpatched software or misconfigured servers. Finding a single weak point is like finding an unlocked door when you're trying thousands of doors every second. Once inside, they search for sensitive data. Customer databases are attractive targets because they are usually where valuable data lives, names, emails, addresses, payment information. All of it prime stuff for identity theft or resale on dark web markets. The timeline matters enormously. Framework detected the breach and disclosed it relatively quickly, which is good, but here's the ugly truth about data breaches. By the time you detect it, the damage is done. The data's already been copied. Detection stops future exfiltration, but it doesn't recover what's already gone. So the real question isn't how long attackers had access. The question is what they did with it. Did they just copy and leave? Are they sitting on it for blackmail? Did they sell it already? Are they still inside digging deeper? Framework customers are stuck in that awful waiting period. The worst part of any breach is this window right after disclosure, when you know your data is out there but don't know what attackers plan to do with it next. Specific data Framework confirmed as exposed includes customer names, email addresses, shipping addresses, and potentially payment card information. For an online retailer, that's an extremely complete profile of who you are and where you live. Here's what real damage looks like in practice. With your shipping address and email, attackers launch targeted phishing campaigns. They know you bought a Framework laptop. They send a message claiming to be from Framework support. Thousands of people click those links. Your password gets stolen. Your email account gets compromised. If payment card data was included, that's credit card fraud territory. Most cards have fraud protection, so you might avoid financial damage. But you still cancel cards, update subscriptions, and monitor credit for months. Here's what worries security experts most. This data doesn't disappear. It gets aggregated with data from 100 other breaches. Your email from Framework, your phone number from an Adobe hack, your credit card from a hospital breach. Suddenly, attackers have a complete profile of your life. That's the real long-term danger. It's not this one incident. It's the cascade. Each breach by itself is manageable. But when attackers combine data from dozens of companies, they build a complete identity package. That's when identity theft becomes easy. That's when account takeovers happen. That's when real financial and personal damage begins. Framework's breach isn't unique. It's part of a pattern where hardware companies get compromised. Intel, AMD, Samsung, and dozens of smaller players have all been hit in recent years. Here's why hardware companies make attractive targets. They often underinvest in cybersecurity compared to software companies. Microsoft and Google have security specialists on every team. A hardware company might have a single security team for the entire organization, stretched thin, protecting everything from the factory floor to the online database. Intel's breach in 2020 exposed blueprints and internal designs, devastating for innovation. But it hit the research side. Framework's breach is different. It hit customer data directly. Every single Framework customer is exposed. The comparison that matters most. When a company built its brand on trust gets breached, the damage is far worse than when a megacorporation gets hacked. If Google has a breach, people shrug because they already knew Google collects data. But Framework positioned itself as the trustworthy alternative, as the company that respects privacy and ownership. When that promise breaks, it's devastating to the brand. Customers who specifically chose Framework to protect their privacy now feel betrayed. They picked the good company, and it failed them anyway. And for the hardware startup ecosystem watching this, it's a warning. Even well-funded companies get breached. This breach creates ripple effects across the entire hardware industry. For the small device manufacturer ecosystem, it's a warning signal. If Framework, well-funded and relatively sophisticated, can get breached, what does that say about the hundreds of smaller hardware startups launching this year? Supply chain implications are real. Framework buys components from various manufacturers. If attackers stole details about customer orders, what configurations people bought, what regions they shipped to, which features matter most, that's competitive intelligence worth millions. Bigger companies like Dell and Lenovo would pay for that information. There's also a philosophical cost. The right to repair movement, which Framework became the poster child for, is built on trusting the manufacturer. If you buy a Framework laptop specifically because you trust the company to respect your privacy, and then it gets breached, it shakes the entire movement's foundation. The long-term implication is clear. This will push Framework and every hardware company to invest heavily in security. But security costs money. It means slower features, higher prices, or both. The real victims aren't just exposed customers. It's everyone else who will now pay more for hardware because companies finally decided security wasn't optional. The breach has immediate casualties. Its long-term cost is spread across the entire industry, and that cost will be paid by consumers for years to come. If you're a Framework customer, here's what to do right now. First, change your password everywhere, not just at Framework. If you use the same password elsewhere, change those too. Assume anything tied to that email is at risk. Second, monitor your credit. Sign up for free credit monitoring at Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. Use the free federal services. Don't pay for Framework's recommended monitoring. Check your credit reports for fraudulent accounts. Third, consider a credit freeze. It's free and prevents anyone from opening new credit accounts in your name. It's inconvenient if you want loans, but it stops most identity theft. Fourth, watch for phishing. Scammers will send fake Framework security notices. Framework will never ask for passwords via email. If something looks suspicious, go directly to Framework's website instead of clicking email links. Fifth, enable two-factor authentication everywhere that matters, especially your email. Two-factor makes it dramatically harder for attackers to take over your account, even with your password. Sixth, use a password manager if you're not already. It lets you use unique passwords for every account. Services like Bitwarden make it painless. These steps won't undo the breach, but they'll dramatically reduce your risk from the most common attacks attackers execute with stolen data. Start with these today. Here's what this framework breach tells us about 2026. There's no such thing as safe anymore. There's only degrees of risk management. Framework probably had security measures in place. They probably had teams trying to protect data. They still got breached. The bigger picture is uncomfortable. As companies grow, they become bigger targets. The more customers you have, the more valuable your data becomes. The more sophisticated your systems, the more attack surface you expose. Framework was smaller and nimbler than Apple or Google, but it was still big enough to be worth attacking. For everyone, the real lesson is mathematical. There are billions of dollars of incentive for attackers to steal data. Companies do their best with budgets that'll always be stretched thin. You can't rely on any company to keep your data safe. You have to assume everything you've given to any company is already compromised or will be. Have a unique password for every account. Monitor your credit. Enable two-factor authentication. Use a password manager. Don't reuse passwords. Don't click suspicious links. These aren't paranoia, they're just math. The good news, most people don't bother with these steps. If you do, you're already protected against 90% of identity theft. Framework's breach is one of dozens this year. It won't be the last, but if you follow these steps, you can make sure you're not the victim when the next one hits. Follow for daily updates on breaches and security incidents like this.